Hey students, today we're looking at the annotated bibliography, which you will create as an essential part of your research project. So the question is, how do I create an annotated bibliography? First, let's talk about what a bibliography is. So it is basically the list of all your sources that you use for a research project. Oftentimes it's called a works cited. If you look at the picture below, you'll see an example of what that looks like once it's listed out on a document. So what we're going to be doing is an annotated bibliography, so taking this idea but transforming it to this. So looking at the annotated bibliography, it's taking the list of all your sources that you're using, but you're writing an evaluation of each of the sources. So you will be summarizing the source, evaluating it, and reflecting upon it, whether you want to use it or not. So we're looking at this more deeply. Notice in the picture, there's not just the list of the sources, but you have an explanation of it. So that's what we're really doing. The purpose of the annotated bibliography is to list the sources that you're using for your research. So it could be a book, an article, a website, but then you follow it with a brief description and evaluation paragraph, which is called the annotation. The purpose of the annotation is to inform the reader of the relevance, accuracy, and quality of the sources that you're using. So I want to guide you through this process right now so you get a chance to see how it's done and then you'll be doing it. So you're going to get a handout that looks similar to this, which describes what you're going to do when you start the annotation. So when you're writing your annotation, you are simply going to be following this format. For one of your sentences, since we said it's a minimum of 3 sentences, you should first summarize the article. So going back to the article, I'm going to summarize what this is overall about. By answering one of these questions, what's the main argument? What's the point of the article? What are the topics covered? If someone were to ask you what the article was about, what would you say? So you're going to summarize that in 1 or more sentences. The second sentence, or what should come after the summary, is your evaluation. So evaluate the source by answering 1 or more of the following questions. Is it a useful source? How does it compare with other sources in your bibliography? Is this information reliable? Is this source biased? Does it take a side? Or is it objective? It covers all sides of the story. What is the goal of the source? So focus on answering 1 or more of these questions next. Third, you're going to reflect, this time bringing it back to yourself and what you are doing in your project. So reflection should answer, was this source helpful to you? Does it help you answer your thesis? How can you use this source in your research project? Has it changed how you think about the topic, and if so, how? So this is somewhat of a reflection. So taking a look at an example of what that might look like, let's go ahead and read this one. So one of the articles called Millions Struggling to Read and Write Study, I took this and I basically wrote the annotated bibliography. I also color coded it. I wanted to show you that my summary is in blue, my evaluation is in green, and my reflection is in dark red. So it says, this article explores the problems that low literacy levels poses to the Australian population. Millions of people have such poor literacy skills that they struggle to grasp basic, everyday tasks such as reading a magazine. This article provides useful information about low literacy rates in Australia. However, it does not offer insight into the literacy levels in the United States. In addition, the information is not current since it was published in 1999. Though this source was helpful in bringing awareness to low literacy skills, I would like more information that is relevant to my community. So with that said, that's going to be my annotated part of that. So I would ultimately, if I wrote this, this is what I'm putting here. Log into NoodleTools.
To create your annotations in NoodleTools, open your project from the My Projects area and then click on the Sources tab at the top. All of the sources you entered previously for your project will be listed. Choose the source you want to add an annotation summary to. Hit the drop-down arrow on the Options button. Then you just cut and paste your annotation into the box that appears. Save it and you're good to go. As you can see, the annotation now appears here. After you've entered all of your annotations into the sources, you can then print out your annotated bibliography. Click the Print, Export down arrow. Choose your formatting options. You want to make sure that you include the citation and the annotation, and you leave your page header as none. Then choose Export to Word. And this will be your annotated bibliography. Citation at the top, annotated summary for each source. Make sure that you have an annotation for all 8 sources.